What is your greatest weakness? Now, this is a question you can absolutely expect to hear in a law firm interview, and one that law students, as hardworking, overachieving, type A personalities, tend to have a really difficult time answering because we don't want to admit that we have a weakness, much less elaborate on it. And so in today's video, we're going to go through the step-by-step approach as to how to answer this law firm interview question. Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Angela Vorpahl of angelavorpahl.com and the Law School Network on Facebook, and I help law students dominate law school and land their dream legal job after graduation. So if you guys want the secrets and the strategies to having an amazing law school career and building that life that you want, then be sure to hit subscribe and tap that notification bell so that you don't miss any new videos. And be sure to stay to the end so that you guys can download a free copy of the best questions to ask in a law firm interview guide that will be available at the end of this video. So if you guys are excited to jump in, then smash that like button and let's go. A couple of things to keep in mind about this question. The reason that you're being asked this question at all is because the interviewer wants to see how self-aware you are. They also want to see how you relate to your work, and they also want to see if you can answer somewhat of a personal or difficult question on your feet. The other thing to keep in mind is that this question could take several different forms. So it could be, what is your greatest weakness? It could be, tell me about a time that you failed, or it could be, what would a supervisor tell you that you need work on? So however it's framed, we're still going to answer it the same way using this three-part formula. So the three-part framework that we're going to use to answer this question is 1, to choose a specific context, 2, in the past, and 3, that has been improved upon or continues to be improved upon. So for number 1, choosing a specific context, we want to indicate that this happened one time or in a very particular situation and doesn't happen on an ongoing basis. Number 2, in the past, we want to show that this was something that happened before, that this is not something that is happening ongoing in real time. And number 3, we want to indicate and show that we've taken initiative to improve this perceived weakness and that we have corrected it and that we have taken the steps to overcome what may have been a weakness in the past in a particular context. Once we have these 3 elements identified, we're going to create a story around it. So here are 3 examples of some of my personal favorites. Number 1, the weakness is focusing so intently on details that I lose sight of the big picture purpose. So I would say, when I was assigned a particularly large-scale project in the past, my starting point was always to lay out the step-by-step action items that needed to be accomplished in order to successfully complete the project. This detail-oriented approach has been really effective for making sure that every aspect is considered and nothing falls through the cracks. But what I noticed happened in one situation is that being in the minutia of the project caused me to lose focus of the big picture purpose the project was actually being used for. So now I've implemented a step where at the beginning of each project and several times throughout, I ask myself, how is this being used? What is the end game role for this work product so that I can be sure to incorporate the high level strategy into the project as well. In this next example, the weakness I identified was getting so caught up in the work that I forgot to maintain communication with my supervisor as to the status of a project. So my answer to the interview question would look like, in the context of one particular project, I had a supervisor communicate that they were unsure of how a project I had been assigned was coming along because I hadn't sent them continuous updates, and so it caused some stress on their end because they weren't aware that I was making progress or that I didn't have any questions. So in every project thereafter, I made a point to set reminders to myself to keep whoever assigned me the project updated and in the loop, to not only make sure that they were informed, but also give them an avenue to let me know of any new developments to keep in mind. In this last example, the weakness that I identified was trying to figure out everything on my own without asking for help. And so in an interview, I might say, I really value being independent and self-sufficient, which is a good thing in a lot of circumstances, but in one instance in which I was assigned to draft a complaint for a case, after putting in a few hours of work, the assigning attorney told me that there was in fact a template that was always used in these types of cases. And so there turned out to be a much more efficient path to completing the project. And so now I always make sure to ask as part of any assignment if there's a template or a sample of this type of project that has been done before, or if the assigning attorney has any thoughts on where they'd like me to begin, so that I can always make sure to take the most direct route to completing the project effectively. And in choosing your own weaknesses, be sure to steer clear of these 3 categories. Number 1 is do not pick a weakness that is a personality trait, meaning something that is innate, inherent, natural to you, like being shy or getting frustrated quickly or being impatient or getting overwhelmed easily. We do not want your weakness to be anything that is not fixable, because if it is a personality trait, the assumption is that there's nothing you can do to change it or overcome it. So steer clear of weaknesses that are personality traits. The second type of weakness that you do not want to talk about is anything that is an overused strength in disguise. And so there's some really popular candidates for this, like I'm a perfectionist, or I work too hard, or I care too much. Those come across as really disingenuous and rehearsed. And so we want to dig deeper into a particular weakness that happened in a particular situation that we can tell a story about. We don't want it to look like we really just grabbed whatever was at the top of the bag and went with that. And so really still steer clear of any of those weaknesses that are truly strengths in disguise. And third, don't make your weakness a highly sought after strength in the legal community. So specifically, don't say that your weakness is a lack of attention to detail, or a difficulty in managing multiple projects simultaneously, or a hard time working with clients or team members, because those are skills that any legal employer, any law firm is going to highly value. So we want to steer clear of those types of characteristics that a law firm is looking for when you are choosing your weakness. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. Let me know what weakness you chose in the comment section below. And don't forget to download your free copy of the Best Questions to Ask in a Law Firm Interview Guide, which you can download at the link below this video. I wish you guys the best of luck in your interviews. Let me know how they go, and I'll see you guys next week.